Delve into the past, one fact at a time. Welcome to Random World History Facts, your quick portal to the past.
First on our list is the War of the Triple Alliance, which took place from 1864 to 1870. This conflict, also known as the Paraguayan War, involved Paraguay against a coalition of Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay. The war stands out as one of the deadliest in the history of Latin America, resulting in near devastation of Paraguay. The country was left in ruins, its population dramatically reduced. Fast forward to 1932, where we find the Emu War, an eccentric conflict that unfolded in Australia. The government, in an attempt to control the overpopulation of emus, deployed soldiers armed with machine guns. But nature had its way, and the emus proved to be too agile for the Australian forces. The campaign ended up as a humorous failure, a war lost to birds. Next, we have the Cod Wars, a series of disputes that spanned from the 50s to the 70s. These were disputes between the United Kingdom and Iceland over fishing rights in the North Atlantic. The tension between the two nations escalated to the point where both deployed naval vessels. It was not a traditional war with open combat, but rather a series of confrontations and standoffs at sea. The conflicts were eventually settled through diplomatic negotiations. Then there's the Pastry War, which happened between 1838 and 1839. This unusual conflict occurred between France and Mexico. It was sparked by a dispute involving a French pastry shop owner whose shop in Mexico City was damaged. The French government demanded compensation from Mexico, which was refused, leading to a French military intervention. Lastly, we have the War of Jenkins' Ear, which took place from 1739 to 1748. This war was a part of the larger War of the Austrian Succession. It began with a disputed incident involving the ear of a British mariner, Robert Jenkins, supposedly cut off by the Spanish. While the conflict had various causes, it's remembered for this peculiar incident that gave it its name. These lesser-known wars, each with their unique or quirky origins, show us that conflict is not always about grand ideologies or territorial gains. Sometimes it's about pastry shops, fishing rights, or even an ear. They remind us of the complexity and, at times, absurdity of historical conflicts.